Hello, this is Shop Goblin. Due to the loss of this episode's video, it is an audio-only episode, so please enjoy listening.
Welcome everybody to Adventures and Initiative's one-shot special. This is our 1-year anniversary. Not exactly our normal crew here. We have some special guests. So, as I swap us over to the video footage, if everybody would like to introduce themselves. Don't all go at once.
I'm Draxus. I'll be playing Gothral tonight, or today. I don't know what time it is anymore. Time has no meaning. You can find my stuff on TikTok, and we do streams as well, and having a good time being here.
I am Graham Johnson, and I'll be playing Luftwaffe, who is a druid, and I do a lot of mini painting on TikTok.
Okay, I'm Fantasy Lover playing Nima, the fighter. You still can't find me anywhere, so.
You do have a TikTok somewhere.
Yeah. One day.
I'm Layla. I'll be playing Niz, the rogue. You can find me anywhere, really.
I'm Ivy, and I will be playing a ranger named Envil.
I'm
and making his magic return to ANI, one of the other people that was here a year ago.
I'm Windiest Tail, playing Orion.
Alrighty. So you guys are just starting us off. I'll give the audience the backstory that I gave you guys. Welcome to Run Athorar. This is the elven name for the area of land that sits between the Onad Mountains to the north and east, the drowned jungle to the west, and the open ocean to the south. This area is also known as the Lots. The drowned jungle is the only crossing into the Lots for the orc hordes in Tokro Orc. They have made many attempts to cross the Lots and go through the passes of the Onad Range into the Royal Imperium. But these attempts were small and stopped by the Imperium's forces, until 50 years ago, when the greatest of these incursions, over 5,000 orcs, flooded through Run Athorar and into the Imperium itself. Luckily, they were beaten back by the combined might of the Imperium's army and a new force of former slaves, half-orcs, on the backs of dire boars. Afterwards, these newly formed hoofs were allotted ownership of the lands of Run Athorar in exchange for their help in fighting the continued orc incursions, and their continued vigilance against any other threats to the Imperium. You are all sworn members of one of these hoofs, the Iron Tusks. You earned your position after spending at least 2 years as an initiate, or more commonly known, slophead. At the end of that period, you were voted into membership by the other sworn brothers and sisters of the hoof. Your oath is simple: to live and die in the saddle, protecting your lot and your hoof. You each have been spending your day going about doing your tasks, taking care of the tack for your hogs, traveling back and forth to train slopheads, repair anything in the fortress, and generally spending time doing exactly what you always do. Until a slophead rushed up to each of you and said that the hoof chief, Bogrot, has ordered all sworn members to gather in the meeting room. You all have now found yourselves in the meeting room, sitting around the thick, rough-carved table. This room is simple, about 20 by 20, table in the middle, seats for each of you, and an axe laying on the table in front with a stump against the wall behind the chief's seat. Every member of the Hoof is present except for Nitpick, the quartermaster, and Bogrot himself. You guys have a few minutes before they arrive.
What do you think we've been called here for?
There's a chance there's trouble. That we need to do something.
It's got to be important since we're all here.
Obviously.
That does sure look like a nice axe now, doesn't it?
God.
I will say, you guys know that these are the voting axes, and that when something has to be voted on, you either slam the axe into the table to agree with what the chief wants to do, or you throw it into the stump behind his head to disagree with him.
There's a lot of trust there.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's like, hey, you gotta.
That's a lot of slamming there.
What did you say these axes are called?
They are voting axes. Alrighty.
Would we know anything about maybe what's been going on recently in the area that we might think would call for a vote?
Generally, you haven't heard anything. You all regularly ride patrols of the lots, visit the few towns that you oversee, and just make sure that, there's nothing bad occurring anywhere. That said, it is uncommon for you to be called to the meeting hall just to be told to go on patrol. So there could be something that needs to be voted on, or something bad could be happening.
So is it normal for us as a group to be together, or is it typical of us to be individual doing our own thing?
As a Hoof, you do work together. Obviously, members like Scruffs, he travels around by himself a lot running bounties, but it is common for you all to work together as well. So it depends on what's happening. Usually a patrol will be 1 or 2 riders at a time just to be safe, but otherwise, if your tasks are done in the fortress, then you are allowed to go anywhere.
Is it common for our Hoof to be voting on things? Do we suspect we're here to vote, or do we suspect we're here to act on somebody else's voting?
Roll a let's just go with a straight intelligence check for anybody that wants to roll and see if they can figure out why the chief has mysteriously ordered you to the meeting hall.
I have a -1 on intelligence.
I rolled a 3. Nah, man, I'm just here.
I rolled a 16, so it's a 15 total.
I rolled a 14.
Roll a 2 + 1. That's what I did.
Anybody that rolled above a 13, you actually know that there are some slop heads that are coming up to where they can be voted into membership. So you're thinking that maybe the chief's just getting a jump on that, and you might be voting membership for new sworn members.
Okay.
So unless anybody wants to do anything else,
I'm just doing druidcraft in the corner.
you're just like making a little chess set with druidcraft.
Well, like whatever our version of like Celtic knots, and like I'm making like bracelets and things for like
it's the equivalent of sitting in the corner and whittling.
Still making your trinkets, Luftwaffen. Luftwaffen?
Luftwaffe.
Alrighty. So after a few minutes of waiting, Nitpick precedes Bogrot into the room. And as you all gather to your seats as Bogrot approaches the table, you see that he actually has a message in his hand. You would recognize this as one that is carried by one of the message birds from the other Hoof fortresses or the local towns. And he advises that the message has come from Chalknest. You would all know this is just a town that's a ways south of you. and it's advising that there is a orc band, a rather large orc band, that has attacked the town. Any survivors that escaped the orcs will be headed this way, hoping we can protect them here in Cinderhold. You 6, and he points to each of you. You will go to Chalk Nest, send back a report with the numbers, and deal with these orcs. It's a 3-hour ride, which means you're getting there after dark. Get your gear and head out.
Niz will just give a firm nod and just walk out like, okay. It's my job.
As you guys approach the door, you do hear Nitpick add to that. I'll have some gear for you before you leave. If you need anything this special,
It would be
fucking bad.
it'd be gladly.
Yeah, so essentially, town's been attacked. You swore an oath to protect your lot and your hoof. You get to go and do your job. This is not an uncommon thing. Orc incursions, orc raiders happen regularly. It's part of the culture because their land is pretty much resourceless. So they raid and pillage to gather resources and loot. As you guys convene, your dire boars, your hogs, are all awaiting you with a slop head, some of them nervously, standing at the head of each hog and holding the reins waiting for you. As you approach, each slop head like snaps up to attention. Like they know if they want membership, they have to be nice to you guys and they have to make you like them. No, as you guys gather, Nitpick comes out with a case that holds 4 standard healing potions and 2 greater healing potions for you to distribute among the party. And anything else you guys would need, you can ask him for now. Otherwise, you may hop on the road. Exquisite.
So it's 4 standard, 3 greater?
4 standard, 2 greater.
My character's good. She would just mount straight up.
Okay.
I'll take one of the standards.
Yeah, I'll also take one of the standard ones.
All right, I'll just get on the hog.
I spent some of my money on standard health potions.
I'll take a greater.
I gave you guys the extra gold so that you'd be able to buy stuff. So.
Yeah.
I'll take one of the graders then.
Okay.
I will also take one of the graders.
Okay. And then sounds like Layla will be hanging on to the extras.
I guess I will be.
You guys are provided with a map, which I will... I apologize to the chat because I have to open our thing so that I can post the map up in the one-shot. You are provided with a map of the town that they have on hand. That's in the chat for you guys now. And do we want a riding formation, or are you guys just kind of going 2 by 2, no organization?
I guess I'll take up the front.
Okay. Ivy taking the lead.
Yep, I'll take the lead.
I'll
I'll cover the rear.
I'll be in the middle for the most part.
Middle as well.
Okay. I'll be in the back.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. Wait, do we? Oh, we lost Draxus. I was like, I thought I lost somebody there for a second.
I was looking at the screen. I was like,
You did. I did a dumb. My bad.
Did you accidentally click a button?
I did. I don't know how these computers work. Times.
Alrighty. As you guys start to ride down the road, Ivy, you're in the lead, correct?
I am. Steel is in the lead.
Let me turn down the music. Because for some reason, Octave just sticks to 100% and then takes a while to kick down.
Yep,
There
I've
we go.
noticed that.
That's a little easier. Sorry, guys. So, Ivy, if you could roll me a d6 then. Just a straight
Yes.
d6.
Straight D6. That is a 2.
Alrighty. For the first part of your journey, you guys don't encounter anything on the road. So for about the first hour. Now, everybody pick a number.
3.
4.
15.
Number between 1 and 5, Ivy, don't pick. So
Okay.
3, 4 for
5.
2, 5, and that leaves 1. All right, Mr. 2. I believe that was Graham who picked 2. Roll me a d6 for the second hour of travel.
1.
1. Oh.
Oh no.
Almost start sounding like the pipe
as
song.
you guys are riding along off to the side of the road, which this is a very your part of the lots is a very dry, flat plain. So the roads are slightly raised from how they were built, and to one side of it you can see a pair of orcs picking over the bodies of a family that they appear to have chased down and killed.
Oh. Great.
You
How far out
so
are they?
they are about 200 feet from you and have not noticed you yet.
This is a bad time to ask, what creatures can I and can't I not turn into as a druid?
I believe it should say that under wild shape.
But a lot of it falls into, like, what have I seen before, too?
I pretty much, at least the way that I rule it, is if you know that the creature exists and it is within the CR limits, you're good.
Okay, so I should be able to turn into
And-
a horse.
Yeah. I mean, you're on the back of a hog right now, but yeah.
Well, I mean, a horse is a nice big fat object to impact somebody at speed.
Just
No,
a
go
bit.
ahead. The wild shape while you're on the hog. Do that.
No, I'm gonna roll off while
Just gonna be mean to the hog. Alrighty. So what are you guys
Might-
wanting to do? You have about 200 feet. Whoever Ivy would be in the front, so Ivy would have seen this and using the hand signals that you're all trained in, signaled that the orcs were there. So are you continuing to approach? Are you what are you doing?
So, like, as players, do we want to generally be stealthy as we engage things, or are we going in this half orc on hog style?
I mean, you literally are half orcs on hogs.
I'm
So.
spurring my hog, and as soon as I'm in 120 feet, I'm casting Eldritch Blast.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh.
We're going
Oh.
then. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Guess we're doing this then.
Guess we're gonna go. That was good.
Okay. All
Just
right.
going right into it. Got it.
We hate orcs, right? That's the thing?
I mean,
I'm gonna
I mean,
facepalm a little
technically
bit.
speaking, most of you are from situations where orcs forced themselves on mothers, and then the mothers abandoned you to be raised by the hoofs. So I don't know. How do you feel about people that have done that and caused your existence?
I mean, not great.
not great, but
Yeah,
how
just maybe.
many does the look? Is it just like how many is there?
You just see 2 orcs.
There's just 2.
Can I try to make a quick perception as he's running in to see if there's anybody else in distance?
Yep. Go ahead and roll perception.
I also would like to roll perception since I am at the front there.
Yep, both you can. And Draxus, go ahead and give me attack roll.
Baker's 20.
Yes.
Baker's
That
20.
That is
Is that the same thing as a dirty 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Say it.
13. 13.
All right. Ivy, you definitely don't see anybody else.
Okay.
Layla, you look around, and as best you can tell, for the immediate vicinity, there's no one around, other than these 2 orcs and yourselves.
So,
So-
two Eldritch Blasts. The first one is an unnatural 20, the other one is a 17, and I would want to split them between the 2 orcs.
Okay, both of those hit. Just wait, he took Eldritch Spear, didn't he?
No, I didn't. But
Or not
the
Spear.
first one is a 6 plus 2, so 8. The second one is a 9 plus 2, so 11.
Okay. The 2 orcs get hit by these blasts. For flavor, we will say that they were knocked off their feet. And as they jump up and spin around, all of you guys are now seen by them. And yeah, so we'll go into initiative unless anybody else wants to try and do something during the surprise round, simultaneous to what Scruffs has done.
Can I, since I'm out front, how far am I from them?
Did you stop once you saw them, or did you continue going?
We continue going.
Okay, then you would have been math. It's fun. Probably by the time that Draxus attacked them, you guys would have been probably about 160 feet from them.
Okay, never mind then. You're good.
May I, during his surprise action, may I use spiked growth to try to impede their movement? This would also cause them to take a 2d4 piercing.
Yep. Good. So go ahead and do I need to give them a roll for anything, or is it just the damage for their first turn?
It's as long as they spend the turn within the 20-foot radius, and I would center that radius on them.
Yeah, so go ahead and just roll the damage on them then.
So I know you said it was like barren land, but is there any like tree stumps or anything that I could probably leave my boar to and kind of hide behind? Or
not immediately close to the road. Essentially, the road has been cleared of any of those kind of impediments, specifically so that if there are orcs, you guys can see them. So probably about 100 feet to either side of the road have been cleared of any stumps and taller grasses, things like that.
6 points.
6 points each?
Yep.
Okay, as the blast from Draxus takes them off their feet, they fall, and spike growth just gathers around them. One of them does not rise. The other one stands up, stares at all of you, and then immediately turns to run.
I say we return in kind what they did to these poor people.
I was about to say, I think we need to.
I think we need to stop it.
I'm going to move within range and attempt to shoot him in the back with my longbow.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, let's see if I hit. Nah, that did not hit. That is a 2.
Okay. I will give you guys one more round of non-initiative if you want to try and take this guy out. Otherwise, we'll enter initiative as you chase him.
I will do the same of trying to get in range with my short bow and see if I can aim for him.
Do our creatures have the ability to trample if we just run them down?
If you look at your Direboar sheet, they do have charge. So you guys can use your boars to attack things. And they are relatively fast.
And are you using the mounted combat rules for 5e? So we can move the full 40 and then hop off and then move our normal?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Thank you for explaining, because you assume I've actually read the full sheet. And I apologize to the guys on the stream. For some reason, I'm getting a lot of encoding issues.
How close are we to this orc as it starts to run off?
Yeah.
You, Draxus, are assuming you kept moving after Eldritch Blast. Your full 40, you would be 80 feet from it. Or actually, no. What was the movement on the orc? That would be helpful to remember. Okay, so you'd actually be about 110 because he's moving at the same time as you.
Well, I will. If we have another turn, I'll unleash another Eldritch Blast or two at him.
Yeah, I'll try to hit him with my short bow if I can get in range.
Okay. So anybody that wants to swing an attack, this is your last round of free action.
Layla, what was your character's name?
Niz
Gotcha.
does a 16 hit.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
And he's dead. He had 1 HP left. So how would you like to do this?
I just want to try to aim for the back of his head, like to try and just get him out of the way and no mercy kind of deal.
Alrighty. So you draw your bow and just let loose right as Scruffs goes to raise his arm. And as Scruffs is about to release the spell, the arrow hits him in the back of the head and you just see him tumble to the ground dead.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, nice shot.
Thank you.
Since I missed.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure yours would have hit too.
You guys have 1 hour left of travel.
Well, real fast. You said there were pillaging some.
They were picking over the bodies of a family of peasants that they killed.
Okay, we're not seeing any signs of other orcs in the nearby vicinity?
No, it seems like these ones had chased down the family, and that it's not kind of the standard. As far as you guys know, you're not used to orcs chasing people too far. So this seems like these guys were just especially engaged in find and kill. All right, so we have.
Would we recognize not recognize them specifically, but I mean, they're half orc. They're obviously, these are part of the people we're here to protect.
Yeah, they were actually humans from the village of Chalknest, but the clothing and everything kind of tells you, yeah, these are people from this village that was attacked.
The only thing I would do is take a minute to perform some last rites of Grumsh, and that'd be done.
You guys arrange them and at least get them in a place where they're not splayed out and as cleaned up as possible. So, the 4 of you that haven't rolled yet for your last hour of travel, go ahead, pick a number. 3 for Layla, 2 for Windy, 1, and that makes Draxus 4.
Question: what's the light situation right now?
The sun is going down. It is, you guys left about 8. Yeah, it's summer. So you guys left about 8. It's probably about 10 o'clock now. So the sun is, think that late summer where the sun is just going down at like 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, the sun's just going down, and like
if
you pay attention, stars are coming out.
Yeah, it's golden hour. That's what it is. It's golden hour right now.
Yep, that's good.
So I believe Fantasy was number 2, correct?
No.
Who was 2? Windy.
Yep.
Roll me a d6, sir.
I got a 1.
Okay, go ahead and roll that again.
We've already had that encounter.
I got a 2.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that again.
I want to roll another
Roll a
1.
different d6.
Oh.
I got the full fucking 6 inches, man.
Alrighty. As you guys continue, you come across a man on the side of the road in torn merchant's clothes. He tells you that he was in Chalknest with his wagons that he has now had to abandon. He's very... For somebody who just survived an orc raid, he's pretty irate about having lost his wagons and his stuff. And he's essentially talking about how he saw all the orcs and knows how many are there. He describes a group of them that have... They're bigger than a normal orc, and they have these long pointed ears and seem to be able to speak common as they were ordering around some of the captives. He also describes another very big orc, but without the ears, who literally has a skull that he wears as a helmet. So, any of you guys can roll.
What would we be rolling? See if we know what that is.
DC. No, I don't need to tell you guys the DC, but you're just rolling history checks to see if you know what these are based on... You guys, with your experience with orcs, would have been taught different types. He also says that there is only 6 orcs, normal orcs, that he saw.
I rolled a 6.
Rolled a
15.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Nice on the nat 20. Fantasy, you rolled a 15.
I
6.
also rolled a 15.
I rolled
got
a
a
6.
Okay, 6, sorry.
You're good.
Okay, so anybody that rolled over a 12 would know that the helmet and the bigger orc that he described is most likely the war chief of this orc band. Windy, with your natural 20, would recognize that the ones with the long pointed ears that he described are orogs.
Okay.
Which are a type of more intelligent orc. They essentially have, they're a type of elvish crossbreed of orc that has a higher intelligence. They're often used as a type of commander in your experience, and are rather dangerous.
Okay, sir. So, not talking about those pointy-eared Orog guys. Did you sell cabbages?
Because that's really pertinent right now.
I was selling to farmers. I was buying cabbage. I was selling leather and pots and pins. Why are you asking me this? Go to your job! Kill the orcs!
I just really want you to say, my cabbages!
My wagons, goddammit! Go save my wagons! I'm from the Imperium! You're supposed to do what I say!
Watch your tone.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna show him like my 6 daggers that I have strapped to my hip and just go.
He immediately literally goes, oh, okay. I love how he's slowly turning into Shika's thick Boston accent.
It's okay. I think Beetlejuice here is hungry, and he's gonna pat the hog to get the hog to move closer to the guy.
Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's big guys. They have my wagons. Please, just if you can save the wagons, I'd appreciate it.
So,
do your wagons have an identifying mark?
They're merchants' wagons. They'll be the only ones in town. You would know that merchants' wagons are essentially larger with wooden sides and top to them, since they...
Okay, so pretty blatantly obvious. Okay.
Yeah.
So
take a normal wagon and put a house on it.
You were able to get out.
Can I do an insight check on this guy's information, specifically this? I'm wondering if he's seeing 6 orcs as he's running and is actually giving us just really crappy info.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
And just to make sure that Orion did pass on the Orog part in his off comment of cabbages, just making sure that the info's been passed to the cult.
I assume you guys would have told each other what you've seen.
So what I'm hearing is there's not any cabbages. That's disappointing.
He was buying wheat and cabbages from the farmers.
Oh.
That's still disappointing. I'm still disappointed.
You said you were able to get out. Did you see where any other survivors went, or if anyone else escaped with you?
Everybody was running this way. Somebody yelled about getting to some place called Cinderhold. I assume that's where you're from.
Yes.
Surprisingly, we don't hold cinder in our hands there.
Then why the hell is it called Cinderhold?
I don't know.
Well, you're helpful.
Those are
And he's just gonna kind of look at you guys. Draxus, what did you roll on that insight, by the way?
12.
He seems to be very sure of himself, but you're not necessarily sure that somebody who is in a panicked moment of absolute, pissing themselves fear is necessarily going to be the best source of information.
Did he piss himself?
Roll a perception check.
We'll give you advantage on that perception check.
Okay, you have advantage, sir.
Seeing him check for the pissing himself, I'm going to attempt to just kind of flex and intimidate and see if he hasn't pissed himself, get him to in this moment.
With advantage, roll intimidation.
You said investigation, right?
Perception.
Hold on, just a second.
Hey, that's 18 intimidation plus 5. So
What'd you roll, Wendy?
23 on that.
19 to see if he pissed himself.
You did notice a slight smell of urine. You also now are noticing a sound of trickling water as a puddle is forming at his feet while he stares at Scruffs.
All right.
He's going to look at all you guys, give you guys like one last look of fear, and then begin booking it up the road away from you.
Let's go kill some orcs.
Wet chest. Safe travels.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
With that, you guys finish traveling the 3 hours distance. It is now about 11 o'clock at night, and you have reached the town of Chalknest. You are just outside of it, coming in from the southeast on the map. So that bottom left or bottom right corner.
Ooh, do we have a map
you're looking
somewhere?
at the
Did I
map.
miss a map?
It's in chat.
Yeah, I posted it up in the
It's in the one-shot chat.
Cloud.
Of the Discord.
So the town, as you guys are approaching on the main road, there's the smoldering remains of burning houses that are lighting small sections. On the far side of town, you can see what appears to be the light of either a house that is still currently on fire or a very large bonfire.
I'm gonna.
The area around the town, around the village, is it has small rolling hills and farm fields. There are a couple of smaller forested areas, like little groves of trees closer in towards the buildings.
Where the hell's the chalk?
I love him so much.
Not that kind of.
It's just a name. It's just a name.
Oh
my
god, I love you guys.
With this, I'm gonna go off on the side, and I'm gonna try to stealth my way towards that bonfire deal.
And
It is on the far side of the village.
Shit! I'm just gonna lurk in the shadows then.
So you're moving off to the side of the road?
Yeah, I'm gonna be more towards like all the shadows of the buildings and like generally being kind of away.
You guys are still pretty far from the actual buildings themselves.
Okay.
Just when we arrive.
now, having traveled with y'all and done things so before, my character would probably know this, but I have no clue. Do we have anything like Arcane Eye or like the ability, something that would let, like a familiar, something that lets us get in and see a little better?
That would depend on if anybody's character has that.
I mean, I have locate object, but that's pretty much all I got.
I didn't go very utilitarian on this build.
I'll look to our rogue and follow their lead.
What am I gonna be looking for?
Actually, Layla, as you guys are you guys dismounting or are you approaching the village on your hogs?
I'm not. I'm gonna stay on the hog. I'd stay in the middle of the road and be more of a distraction if anything else.
I would
I'm
dismount.
gonna dismount. Yeah, I'm gonna dismount.
Okay. And Layla, moving off the side of the road, give me either a perception or survival check, your choice. And what were you going to say, Wendy?
What's clouds looking like right now? Like cloud cover?
It is pretty clear. It is a probably waxing moon, so there isn't much moonlight, but there is a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
I used perception and it was an 8.
Okay.
Oh, so bad today.
You guys keep moving up the road. Graham, are you just stopping where you guys crested the hill to see the village? Because that is going to keep you a few hundred feet back from the village itself.
No, I mean I would stay remotely near the rest of the party.
So just kind of moving parallel to them.
Yeah. If basically the goal is if someone's gonna get hit first, it's me. I want them to think that there's just one person here.
Okay. So, in that case, is everybody else dismounting and leaving your hogs on the road, and then Graham's riding, or is anybody riding with Graham?
I've dismounted.
I'll ride with Graham.
Okay, so anybody that is dismounted and is moving along the side of the road, roll stealth for me.
Okay.
Of those that are dismounted and moving along the side of the road, do any of you guys have proficiency in survival or perception, other than Layla, because you already made the roll?
I have +4 survival. Yeah, I have proficiency in survival.
That's a 21%.
Fantasy, Wendy, do either of you guys have it? Okay, then I would allow Ivy to make that same roll with the survival check.
Okay.
It'll just be a slightly higher DC this time.
Okay. That is a 10.
Okay.
We're doing good.
Nice.
You guys
I
just,
posted
yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so rolls for everybody that rolled stealth, please.
21.
Uh-oh. I see
Scene.
that face.
Hold on one sec. So, Layla, that was a 21 for you.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy, that was a 19?
It was a 13.
13. Sorry, you're a little robotic on my end, so it couldn't out. Wendy, you rolled a 10. And what'd you roll, Ivy?
I rolled a 15.
15. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I could remember math, somebody want to tell me the average of those rolls? Who has a calculator available to them?
The average.
Actually, here I have a digital calculator. I can use that.
That's what I was pulling up. Was just a digital one.
Sorry, while I'm doing this, because... And... Okay. That works for me. Oh, sorry, I'm... I don't have enough space for all this. Okay. Well...
Uh-oh.
The group that is moving up along the road. Oh, I have to take a look at my version of the map.
We about to get clapped.
I have to see if you guys are actually going to run into anything.
And when you have a second, I have a couple of questions about the town.
Okay, go ahead and ask.
General construction, are we talking one-story buildings, two-story buildings, larger? Are we talking wood and
Mostly one-story wood buildings, pretty much like wood slatted sides. Some of them do have rough tile roofs. Most are wood or thatch. On the other side of town, from what you can tell close to where the bonfire is, you can see a 3-story, very large building. You would know that this is the inn for the town. Other than that, anything that's larger than 1 story appears to be some form of barn.
And roughly how many feet would you say we are from this bonfired area?
From one end of the village to the other, you're looking at least 1,000 feet.
Got it. I would be very curious before we went too deep to look and see if any of these houses have survivors in them.
Okay, so as you guys are approaching the houses, the first ones you will reach, there's 4 on the right side of the road. So just roll perception for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the map makes it look small, but it is actually a pretty spread out little town. Yeah, you're not going to see any. Graham, you can also do that if you'd like.
Sure.
That was 10. I need different dice.
That is going to be a 19.
Okay, so Graham, you don't see any survivors in the buildings, but you do actually pick up on some sounds coming from behind those buildings. They seem to be sounds of maybe scuffling and orc voices. You all would speak Orcish, so you'd recognize it as kind of people yelling encouragement. It's a very odd kind of sound. You cannot see anything at this moment because there's some buildings between you and it, but you can check if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna shout or anything, but I'm gonna whistle loud enough for people to hear me, and I'm gonna bolt up the next alley, I guess.
So you're just rushing in?
I'm not full on charging, but I'm definitely gonna get in there.
Okay.
I would probably flank. Seeing him go down an alley, I'd probably flank down another alley, maybe immediately to his right. So if we're going down the sides of one building, perhaps.
Okay.
Oh God.
Not what I expected. What are the rest of you guys doing? You're seeing your party members. You hear Graham give a. Is it just a straight whistle, or would you have used a bird call or something to try and
I would have used whatever the loudest local natural bird call I could do is.
Okay. I figured it would be something like that, but it's always worth asking. So, because you guys would have all been trained with the hand signals and different calls that you can use to communicate without giving notice. So the four of you hear that bird call. You see the two of them going down the alleys. What are you going to do? The two of you that are rushing down the alleys, about 30 feet in front of, off the back of these houses, you see a group of orcs. What appears to be about 9 of them.
Okay.
7 of them are surrounding 2 others who are wrestling. One of the 2 that is wrestling, orcs, you've commonly gotten used to them. No, actually wrestling, Lindy. You're used to orcs carrying axes and spears. One of the 2 that is wrestling and one of the other ones in the group has a long sword. The other 4 of you, what are you doing?
Shit. I'm just gonna keep stealthing, and I guess I'll try to follow after them as best I can and keep to the shadows so no one can see me as we're coming up. Put up.
And I get on the roof.
Go ahead and roll athletics for me to see if you can climb up on the roof.
I'm about to ask a dumb question.
Yes'm?
Would my hog be a willing creature?
What are you gonna do
Would
to
it
your
know
hog?
enough to be a willing creature?
Technically speaking, yes, your hog is a willing creature. These hogs are raised and trained to have absolute trust in you.
Oh, no.
I would like to cast spider climb on my hog.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I take back
I'm
what I was
really
thinking.
hoping that got picked up in the stream.
Whoop,
they-
right up the wall.
Because
If
we
it
have been
doesn't-
having issues with it not encoding, like I've been worried about. Luckily, we record all the audio for this separately, so even if the stream video doesn't work, an audio-only version will go up.
I
So
rolled
we
I have a grand entrance idea, and it's really dumb.
So
it's
yes,
gonna
you
be-
can cast Spider Climb on your hog. Keep in mind, your hogs have a hog equivalent of horseshoes, so it is going to make some noise as you climb up the side of a building.
I'm fully aware of that.
Okay, so we know what Graham's doing. We know what Wendy's doing.
I rolled a 13. Did it work?
Yep, you can climb up the side of the building. It's gonna take you a little bit longer than you wanted, but you get up there no problem.
Yeah, that's fine. On the top, still hiding up on the top, I'd like to wild shape and use starry form archer.
Starry form what?
So, because
What is this?
because I took the druid form, like whatever starry one it is option wise, one of the unearthed arcana, as wild shape, I can. Just a second, let me pull it up. You gain the ability to harness constellations to alter your form. You can, as an action, expend a use of your wild shape to take on a starry form rather than transforming into your beast. Essentially, my joints become stars with lines connecting them, and my
Did you just become Orion?
literally
Yeah.
yes, yes, with like an
And he's gonna blend in the
Archer.
night sky when somebody
I
finally
miss
does see
playing
it.
with Windy.
Thank you. With like an archer on my chest, like in constellation. Because in starry form,
Okay.
I can choose Archer, Chalice, or Dragon. Archer allows me to bonus action to range attack, dealing 1d4 radiant damage. So,
Okay, cool.
and that's
So you're
bonus
ready?
action, So
Fantasy, what are you doing?
Slowly going around the building, making sure hopefully no one sees me.
Okay, so you're just stealthing and sneaking around the side of the building? Okay,
Yeah.
roll me another stealth check. Layla and Ivy, what are you guys doing?
I'm also gonna go around the opposite side of the building.
Same,
Okay.
In one of the alleyways.
Same building, or
I'm
are
gonna
you going to
stealth.
move down a building?
I'm gonna go down a building and go down that way.
Okay, so all three of you guys are just stealthing between the
Towards
buildings
this
towards...
chaos that's gonna happen.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
roll me another stealth check. Draxus, you're on the ground. They
Nat 20.
don't... Nat 20, very nice.
Finally.
They don't appear to have noticed you yet. You roll me perception check, and we'll see if you notice everybody else moving up.
The rogue got a 16.
Okay,
19.
that's 16.
Natural
19.
20.
You see Windy. Please remind me. Or you see Orion as Orion on a roof. You've seen him do this a few times. And he's just perched up on the roof with his.
my waist has
longbow,
like the
shortbow?
3 dots on it.
He's just glistening. He's kind of glistening and glinting, but if you're looking at him from the front, he blends into the sky.
It's my entire plan.
The building
You
you're
didn't even
on,
know I was gonna have you guys play at night. Say again.
He was
Draxus?
the
hoping.
building that he's on, is it the one that we're currently moving past? Is that what's happening now, or
I will say that Windy. So if you're looking at the map, you are. So that last building, you would have gone between that one and the one next to it on the map. That bigger gap. The ladies are moving between that same gap and on the other side. Graham has climbed on top, and that smaller building that's to the right of where you are, Draxus, that is where we will put Windy.
gotcha?
That work for everybody?
Do I feel like, based on that everybody is in a range and has line of sight to do things, or does it look like we're terribly out of position?
From what you are seeing, it looks like everybody is moving into a good position to fight these invading orcs.
Well, I'll wait for a signal, I suppose, but I plan on casting Eldritch Blast imminently.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm about to give you a really good distraction.
I'm into that. I will hold my action for a really good distraction.
Okay.
The rhyming is appreciated.
All I can imagine is Cards Against Humanity right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, give me 1 second, and I will show you guys what this combat's gonna look like.
Uh-oh.
I just have to swap my camera over.
Uh-oh.
And if you guys are in the video chat, if you click on my thing, it will enlarge it.
So what you're saying is we could make you bigger.
Always, Windy.
Oh.
Always.
Yes.
All right.
Alrighty. So, let me get my markers. Let's see, I put you guys... We'll have one building here. Smaller building here. Windy.
Got it.
Draxus. Graham on his hog.
Yeah.
And then our three ladies. Fantasy, you said you wanted to move along this side of this building?
Yeah.
Okay, and I will have you there. Ivy or Layla, who's moving up behind Draxus and who's going on the other side of the small building?
I'll go behind Draxus.
Yep, I was up on
Okay.
the other side.
That work for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. This guy and this guy are the ones with the long swords. And I'm sorry that my audio is a little wonky. My mic is directional and I am having to move away from it.
You're fine.
Alrighty. So, go ahead and let's roll initiative.
The one thing I was hoping to avoid.
Did
have
you want to
negative
act before we go into initiative?
I have a way to try to surprise them, but I don't really know how well the surprise is going to work, but it's going to be fun as hell.
Jeez.
And I will take that surprise to be my trigger, and we'll probably act when I see it. If that
Yeah, I'd
doesn't-
agree with that. I'm
then-
doing that as well, please.
Okay, and you guys
So
all
I
have trained
got it.
together enough that you would know when somebody's going to do something like this, so
Do something stupid. We get it, all right?
you're half orcs. There's not much else you do.
Hey!
I mean, I have an instance of +0, so it's
I
pretty
mean,
average.
yeah. It's pretty stupid. But you could
Pretty-
say.
Give me one moment. I have to grab a pen so I can track initiative. Oh, my ears. Those headphones are hot.
Not as hot as
Alrighty.
you.
Thank you, Wendy.
Anytime.
And I do apologize to the stream for all of our issues that we are having. Once again, this will be posted to our YouTube this week, so you guys will be able to see all of the
I just love the comments right now. It's just Spider Pig.
Spider Pig.
pretty
It's
much.
really funny because
No.
I watched some of them from the Discord just comment. Like, I got a direct message of just Spider Pig. And I was like, thanks. Appreciate that. I was like,
Alrighty.
I have everything muted, and I still got Spider Pig.
Alrighty. So, God, why did I make so many of these? I'm just going to roll 3 initiatives for these guys. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to remember which stat goes to initiative. It's Dex. Apologies for the delay.
You gotta figure it out. No worry.
All right. Then the others.
Yeah, I figured, it's a one shot. I got to do something stupid, right?
It's the best way to do it. How many did I say there were? There's
So, as long as we're figuring this out, because maybe somebody here can help me, how do we calculate forward movement when jumping? I need to know how far I can fly before I hit the ground.
I would say that if you are jumping with forward movement, half your movement minus 5 feet.
I can make it.
Oh my God.
All right.
I don't know
That's
what
all
that
you
means.
needed to know is that you could make it.
Yeah. So I will actually move you here so you have 5 feet before you jump off.
Then I definitely can make it.
Okay. So go ahead and what are you doing?
My plan is to get off the spider pig and tell him to charge, because he still has the ability to climb, so he can get back down without breaking his legs.
Okay.
But my plan is to leap off the roof, and before colliding with the orcs, to use wild shape and turn into a giant constrictor snake.
Graham, I
And-
love you.
Body mass to just glide like a football tackle and hit as many people as possible.
Oh,
Please.
that's
Oh
yes.
wow.
I'm gonna go with yes. Okay.
I'm literally going to
So,
Yes.
you're going for these two orcs here.
All right. Yep. That's my target. Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what the hell other DMs that are in here, which is most of us. Feel free to tell me what you'd have him roll, because I'm trying to figure out what the hell
If
he
you're
should roll.
looking to do damage from his colliding, I always look at fall
I have
rules.
constrict ability. If you want me to roll for constrict, I guess.
Roll
Yeah,
for
because you're
constrict.
not necessarily. It's not falling on them really. It's the fact that you're trying to constrict on them. So yeah, go ahead and roll for your constrict. Pick one of them, and then we will have initiative.
Not
After
the
this round.
outside edge one, but the one closest to the
This one?
yeah, that's my target. If I hit the other guy, I hit the other guy, but that's my
So for
target.
the moment you are there,
Mm-hmm.
roll to constrict, or do I need to roll against
20
you?
for a total of 26.
Ooh.
I think you got him constricted.
Okay.
If I recall, constriction is just restrain and some damage, correct?
It restrains them, but it also allows me to roll some damage, correct? So I'm
Okay. So go ahead and do that, and then we will roll initiative for everybody to figure out everybody else's surprise round order.
So I rolled max damage at 20 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh.
He's dead.
I don't know if I killed him. Okay.
Yeah, so just because I have to describe this, it's too ridiculous not to.
Yes.
Luftwaffe. You hear his pig clatter onto the roof. He hops off, runs, calls out his words to shift into the shape of the snake. The snake hits this orc, driving him to the ground, and as it constricts and crushes him, you hear cracking and crunching, and then it goes limp in the coils of your friend's form.
Not quite the Gallagher show everybody was hoping for, but hey, we get there.
Take him off the board and put you there, and everybody roll initiative, and we'll figure out everybody else's surprise
I love.
Are they
order.
right?
I love that the character named Luftwaffe just did an aerial assault.
I originally thought about making her scared of heights, and then I was like,
My initiative is
I'll hold on a sec.
Roger.
I'll do a thing. I'm having to number out orcs. Because for some reason when I did the prep on this, I didn't think, oh, I should have this.
Yeah, but to be fair, when you did the prep, you didn't expect Spider Pig or Flying Constrictors.
No, but this was a planned fight, and I should have written out all the initiative stuff. Okay. 20 to 25.
22.
And I'm not looking at the screen, so tell me who's saying it.
Windy's tail, 22.
Okay. 15 to 20.
19 for Ivy.
I had a 15.
Ivy.
19.
19. Graham is a 15. 10 to 15.
Layla got a 9.
13 for
Scruff.
Scruff. Thank you.
13 for Scruff. What is your dex score, Layla?
My dex score, that's a good question. I believe it is a 3. It's a +3.
Okay, so Layla, 9, and then Orcs, 9. Fantasy, what'd you roll? You completely cut out there. I didn't hear what you said.
5 of them.
Five.
She rolled a 5.
Yep.
Thank you. That time it came through. Thanks, Discord, for cooperating.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. So, beginning of initiative order for the surprise round. Windy, you are up here on the tower. What do you want to do?
Do any of them, like, obviously we're going to gotten a look on them. How many of them have ranged stuff?
The orcs that just the standard looking orcs that have great axes also appear to have javelins strapped across their backs. The other ones, yeah, they all have javelins.
Eating shit in general, I'd like to ready my heavy crossbow and fire that as the start action.
Okay, who are you attacking?
Let's go people on the far end.
So one of these guys?
Sure.
All right, roll to attack.
Hold on.
Retrieve the dice from the floor.
14.
14 just hits. So roll damage.
Just a second. 10, 8, 11.
11 damage?
Yes, please. And then I'd like to bonus action, because I'm in my starry form, and shoot a arrow bolt ranged thing from my chest. I don't know, hold on, let me see that.
Another ranged attack, I'm guessing.
Yeah, as a bonus action, make a ranged attack. So let's roll that and see what happens. Shit, where's the plus on that damn thing? 22 to hit.
That hits.
And then,
Same guy?
6 radiant damage. Yes, please.
As your shot flies over the heads, takes him in the side of the head, and he just flops and flies to the side. Orc down. Next in the order, because we're still in the surprise round, Ivy.
Woo! Okay.
Believe you were over here.
Yes. I guess I would like to attempt to shoot somebody in the side of the head with my longbow.
Okay, so I will put you up here on the corner of the building.
Nice. Perfect.
So pick a target, any target. These two that are flipped over are the ones bearing long swords.
Yeah, let's pick one of the ones with the long swords.
Okay, this will be the one that's closest to you.
Perfect. Let's see if I hit.
Just throw an arrow at him. Just yeet.
Oh, that's a 19, so yeah.
Yeah, that hits. You know, that 22 hit, but actually 19. Yeah, so roll your damage.
Alright, so that's 1d8 plus 2. So that is 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yes, sir.
Alright. And did you want to do anything bonus action or movement?
I'm gonna kind of move back into the shadows a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of a hit and retreat.
You're a rogue, correct?
I'm a ranger.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you're a rogue, you could bonus action hide, but apparently not.
Yeah, I am a ranger.
Alright, so I'll just move you back behind the corner of the building, so you have half cover.
Yep, perfect.
That brings us next to Graham. Actually, you already did your surprise round action, Mr. Yeet the Snake.
Yeet the Snake.
Actually, new nickname, Graham the Snake.
Yes.
Nice. Yes, I love it.
Alright, so Draxus, what is Scruff doing? You're on Hogback. You just saw your friends hit people with arrows and crush one of them to death.
Yeah, so I'm going to probably let's see. Yeah, I'm going to hop off the hog.
Oh, I just realized that.
And going to cast Hexblade's Curse on the one that's closest to me with the longsword.
This guy?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and remember who that is, because I do not currently have a marker for that.
Got it. And then I'm going to unleash 2 Eldritch Blasts but not at him. At the two that are side by side, right next to where the snake is.
Okay.
One at each of them.
One here, one here.
No. The two to those two.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay, the first
and
one is.
You, before you do the attack, had you moved up, or were you attacking from behind? Just where you're at.
Yeah, just from where I'm. Well, I am moving up. The flavor is that I'm moving up as I cast. I'm going to end my turn within 5 feet of them.
Okay, so about here.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay,
probably
just so that I know where I'm
a
moving
little
tokens.
closer to where Graham would be.
Okay, so
Yeah, that way a little bit.
Okay, cool.
So 8. So 13 to hit on the first one.
that just hits.
Yeah. The second one is a 19 plus 5.
19 plus 5, that definitely hits.
And then rolling damage on the first one. That is a 6. So that's 8 total. And then the second one is a 10 total.
So 8 total. And 10 total. Alrighty. Anything else you wanted to do on your turn?
No, I would just say enough movement to get within the 5-foot range. I want to be on top of them. So I think.
Okay, so within melee range of those
yeah,
two?
definitely. And then as far as now that I'm off my mount, am I able to issue
Nope,
a command?
once you guys dismount, I am in control of your boars. They are trained pretty much to back up and move away from you unless they are threatened.
Got it. Okay, good to know. That would be it then.
Okay. Give me one moment. I'm continuing. Layla, what are we doing?
So I'm able to see the one with the long sword, right? One of them, at least.
Yes, both of the ones with long swords.
Probably the one that's closest to the two. That's one with the long sword, yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. The one that Drax.
This one here?
Yeah, the one that he hexblade curse. I want to try to take a shot at that one.
Okay.
And
I'll have you move just there so you have a clear shot on him without risking Draxus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is. If I can do math. That 14 to hit.
God damn it! Every time it does this, I apologize. It does not retain volume.
The apologies accepted.
And I'm gonna let you sneak attack on this, right?
Say that one more time now that I can hear you.
A 14 to hit. Am I allowed to use sneak attack?
He does not see you, so you can, but that does not hit.
Oh shit, doesn't? Nah.
No, 14 does not hit on that guy.
Huh. Cool. I'm gonna dip back in the shadows as my bonus action. Did not hit.
Nice.
Alrighty, so bonus action hide.
Yep.
Roll stealth.
25.
25. You're good. And that brings us to fantasy. Last part of the surprise round.
All right. I'm gonna grab my greatsword and I'm gonna run up to the green guy closest to me. And I'm gonna do
This
two.
one here?
Yes. And I'm gonna do 2 strikes.
Okay, that's your full 30-foot movement. Go ahead and swing
Yep.
your attacks.
Okay. Now I gotta do some math real quick.
No worries. Oh, yeah, we're just going to have an audio-only version because it's looking like it's not encoding like 90% of frames.
Oof.
So I highly apologize to anybody who is still attempting to watch on the stream. I do not know why Streamlabs is like this. OBS Studio never gave me these problems. Perhaps I will swap back.
So the first one's a 26 and the second one's a 9.
The 26 hits.
All right. That is 8 points of damage.
8 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
Righty. Good when I can do math. Alrighty, so that's going to bring us back to the top of the round, which is Windy. This is the first round that they will get to attack you guys back. Your surprise round is complete.
Can I do the same thing, but to a different body that might about to be dead?
If you'd like, which target would you like to pick?
The two that are fighting.
These two, so one attack on each?
No, I'll focus both on one. Hopefully I can hit them.
Okay, which one?
Yes,
This one? The longsword?
yes.
Okay,
Okay.
roll to attack.
I forgot my plus on this. I can never remember it.
Look at that.
16 on the longbow. Or heavy crossbow, I should say, sorry.
That misses.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't miss. It hits him, but it gets caught in his chainmail.
Okay. And then, I guess, same archer type attack, but the other way. Kinda. Ooh, it's better. 21.
That one hits.
Where's the damn... math. Can't do it in my head. 11.
11.
That's hard.
Yes, please.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, like, as he's like standing up there, he's gonna try to like make it so that like he's standing on the apex of the roof, so he blends in with the thing behind him. Not trying to hide at all, but like just hoping like it will work. As he's slowly
Okay.
like reloading.
You're just kind of. Are you just like T-posing with the crossbow? Blend.
I am hidden
Okay.
in the stars above.
So, as you pounce an arrow into this guy, he's going to toss off the orc he has been wrestling and turn and see everything that's going on. Drawing his longsword, he's going to rush up to Fantasy.
Hey,
I'm sorry, my sister.
What he can do.
it's fine.
All right, he is going to. Okay, so he does have two. All right, he's going to swing 2 longsword attacks at you.
All right.
That's a 19 for the first one,
Hits.
and the second one is a 15.
Does not hit.
Alrighty, so
Low numbers.
8 damage.
Okay.
Not bad.
Alrighty. And checking something. Alright, you're good. That's going to bring us to the next longsword bearing orc, who he's just going to move to his closest target and do the same thing to Draxus. Oh, those are D8s. I should roll D20s.
No, keep rolling those.
No, roll a d8.
No, roll those. Those are fine. Those are good.
Great.
Okay, Draxus, that is a 13 and a 24.
Okay, the 13. So those were 2 strikes, was it?
Yeah, 2 separate
The
attacks.
13 is going to miss, and I will use my cast shield as a reaction. That'll bump me up to 20. That's plus 5. 19 plus 5? That should...
Yeah, so it'd still match, so it'd still hit.
Ah, damn. Okay, so I won't do that.
Yeah, because I rolled a natural 19 on it.
Alright, one will
So
miss.
save your shield.
Yeah, saving the shield.
This one is
Math is
swinging two-handed on his longsword, by the way.
Okay.
That's 16 points of damage to you with the two-handed longsword attack that hits.
Ah!
And he's got this glare and he's exposing it. He's literally drawing his like lower lip down to show his tusks to you, which is, as you guys would know, having had to learn orc culture, a challenge. And with that, we have Ivy's turn.
Okay, I'm still partly undercover, correct?
Yeah, so you can fire from there if you'd like, or you can move and fire. You could also try and climb the building if you wanted to.
Ooh.
It's only about 10 feet up, so it wouldn't use your full movement to do that. And you just roll athletics to see if you can make the climb.
Yeah, I want to see if I can climb up the building. It would give me a better vantage point.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics.
Okay. Look at my athletics here.
Ooh. I apologize to everybody in the stream for so many things
That
not
is
liking us.
That is a 13. I have a plus. I rolled a 10 and I have a +3.
Okay, you climb up easily enough. Are you just going to move up next to Windy?
I am,
Up
yes.
there? Okay. You have clear shot on everything in front of you.
Orion is T-posing.
Brr.
I will look at him, raise his eyebrow, I'll be like, okay, alright, anyways. And then move on.
I am stars.
I've seen him do this like so many times, I'm just like so fed up with it. Like, it's not cool to me anymore. Steel is just kind of like shrugging, like, alright, whatever you say. And then she is going to aim at the farthest one from her.
Okay, so that would be one of these two. Either the one that was wrestling, or I believe you already hit this guy.
I'm gonna hit the one I didn't hit.
Okay, so the one that was wrestling. Yeah, because you had already...
Yes, sir.
You,
Yeah, I hit the
you
other
already
one.
hit the other guy, and he is hurting.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna aim and fire my longbow at the one that I did not hit the last round. That is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, perfect. All right.
And I apologize to everybody on the stream. I am still having lots of issues, and I know that that's going to continue to affect the video footage. So I'm actually going to end the stream here, and I will, once the stream is over, immediately get this edited so that we can have the YouTube video up tonight or tomorrow. So I apologize for anybody, but we are going to transition to just pre-recording this at this point, so that we can make sure that you guys can actually see what's happening in the YouTube version. So, thank you so much for joining us for the stream, and please check out YouTube so that when we post up this, a full video of this, that hopefully will no longer have the technical issues. Okay, because that way it should stop having encoding problems, because I've had that affect the recording before. So, okay, what was the damage you rolled?
That is a 7 again.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Any
I'm gonna end
bonus actions that as a ranger you might want to take?
At the moment, I'm good. Looks good at the moment. Because,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna end there. I had to look at it. I'm gonna end there.
Alrighty, then that's going to bring us to Graham. You are a snake, and there are orcs.
Yes. The one that is in direct melee combat with me. So yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to try to bite them.
Okay, roll to attack.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Okay. And that is going to be 10 points of damage. Does it kill them?
Let me see. Yes, he is dead.
Okay. Does my constrict have reach? Yes, it does. So I am going to then the one behind me.
This one here?
Yeah. I'm gonna use constrict as my second action since it has a 5-foot reach. Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to constrict him. That's well over a 20. That's got to hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. $12 points of damage.
12 points of damage.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Let's see if I've miscounted somehow.
Uh-oh.
One of you killed an enemy at some point that I forgot to actually scratch out the one that died. That was 12 points of damage, correct?
Yep.
He is out of here. Alrighty. Anything else on your turn?
I mean, unless you're gonna let me attack again.
Not unless you have the ability to.
I have a 10-foot reach with my bite attack, but I don't think I can make that bite attack as a bonus action.
No, I don't think so.
Then yeah, I guess I'm done because I can't really do anything else.
Alrighty. Draxus. One of the orcs at your back just got bit and crumpled to the ground. It's your turn.
Let's see this long sword wielding orc bare his teeth at me. I will return in kind as I rage.
There you go.
Pulling out my battle axe. I'll use the attack action to actually swing at the non-long sword one first.
Okay, the standard orc.
Yeah, standard orc. All right.
Roll your attack.
Let's see, what is it? It's a +7. 17?
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, okay, cool. And it's a 1d8 plus 4. That's 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.
Righty.
That's 10 at him.
Yep, he is still standing. He was actually the only uninjured orc until now.
Hooray!
All right. Anything else?
Yeah. Let me. I'll go ahead and use my second attack at him as well.
Same guy.
Yep, same guy.
All right. Swing your attack.
That's a 15 plus 7. I assume that hits.
That hits.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait a second. I didn't include my rage damage in that. Would an extra 3 damage have killed him?
It would not have,
okay.
but it definitely hurts him.
Let me make sure it's actually 3. It might be 2.
I believe at
It's
7th.
It's 2. Sorry. It was an additional 2. All right, and then for the second attack's damage, 3 plus.
He's dead.
Oh, okay. He's dead.
He had 3 HP left.
All right, he's very
Jim.
dead. It would have been like 10.
So you just 2 swings with your axe. You chop one into his collarbone, and then you do the other side of the collarbone, and his arms are kind of hanging, attached by muscle, but there's no real bone attachment anymore.
So I'll turn to the captain now and just stare him down, baring my teeth. In Orcish, I'll say, "You and me."
Okay. Roll a history check really quick for me. Because now that you're up close and seeing that, unlike the normal orcs who are in hide, these guys are in chain.
That's a natural 15 minus 1, so 14.
Okay. You actually would recognize this as a Blade of Illneville, which is essentially a type of orcish warband captain. Alrighty. So
That's it for my turn.
from there, we have Layla's turn.
Still sticking to the shadows. I want to try to fire at the longsword guy again with my short bow.
Okay, the guy that Draxus is attacking.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll to attack.
Please be nice to me. Ooh, natural 18 plus 6.
That hits, and you do get sneak attack since he is in melee with Draxus.
Yay.
Just listen to all those d6s.
I actually rolled pretty, not too bad. So just with the bow damage, that is, funny enough, I rolled perfect, actually, max damage. So that's 9 points of damage from just the bow itself, and my sneak attack was 10. So a total of 19.
Yep, so 19 damage. You know, just not the greatest damage in the world.
It's not. And then bonus action, I will hide again.
All right, bonus action hide. Go ahead and roll your stealth for the hide.
Rogues for the
That is
win!
a 15.
Alrighty. And that brings us to this guy, one of the only orcs left, who he's hurt and he's seeing people attack his friends. He's going to just charge Draxus. And he's going to swing at you. He's actually pulling off his back a spear as he's charging. And here's my bonus for that. Okay. That is a... What's that? A 25 and a 14 to hit.
14 would miss. The 25 definitely hits.
All right. So, yep, going to be... No. That's 14 damage to you, Sa.
All right, I'm
Halved since you are raging.
half the rage.
Yeah. And that's going to be his turn. So that's going to bring us to fantasy.
So I'm gonna do the 2 attacks again. That's my
Against longsword.
Yep.
All right. Swing your attacks.
So the first one is an 8, and the second one's a 16.
Both attacks miss.
Okay. Now I'm gonna do action surge.
Okay.
Okay. This one is a 13, so nope.
Okay. When you do action surge, you get both. You get your attack and your extra attack.
What? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, action surge is you literally just get all of like your action and bonus action. You get those again.
Oh. Okay then.
Yeah.
Still worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're swinging, and he's just parrying and moving. He seems surprisingly skillful with the sword. That's going to bring us to the other normal orc, who he sees a snake, and snakes are good eating. So he's going to run up, pulling his greatsword, and he's going to swing a couple of greatsword attacks at the snaky boy. That's a 24 and a 25.
They both hit.
Alrighty, and damage on the greatsword. Oh wow, I actually get to use a D12. Or not greatsword, great axe. It's into plus 34 damage from both attacks.
Okay.
So I don't know how much the giant constrictor has.
I'm still good for a bit more.
Damn, really?
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. That is going to end his turn and bring us back to the top of the round with Windy. There is significantly less living orcs in front of you.
Alrighty. If I read this right, I think I can cast Wind Wall. to curve and hit the orcs in the back.
Yes, you can curve wind wall.
Yes, I'd like to do that then, please.
Okay.
So
You're wanting to read wind wall for me one more time?
A wall of strong wind arises from the ground at a point you choose within range. You can make the wall up to 50 feet long and 15 feet high and 1 foot thick. You can shape the wall in any way you choose, as long as it makes one continuous path along the ground. The wall lasts for the duration. Duration is concentration up to 1 minute. Wall appears. Each creature within its area must make a strength saving throw. Each creature takes...
So yeah, you could hit all of them with it.
Yeah, I'd very much so like to do that.
Okay. Then we will say starts there, comes out, hits, comes out, hits, comes out. So they need to all make strength checks. Correct? Windy?
Yeah, correct. Sorry.
Okay. And then they take initial damage just from being in the wall, correct?
Yeah, I'm rolling those d8s now, if that's okay. Or you can.
Alrighty.
I don't know.
That is a natural 1 for this guy. The others... 16...
My DC is a 15, if that helps.
Alright, so these two fail, these two succeed.
Alrighty, well, total damage that I rolled is 15 in total.
15 in total, so the two that failed take 15, and the two that succeeded take half?
Yes, please.
Alright. Yo, let's see, where did I put my pen? There's my pen. So... take 15... just gonna they get literally blown away. So just have the longsword guys left.
Alrighty, and I still think I can bonus action use the archery magic starry shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you used your action for the spell, so you can definitely still bonus action.
21.
Who are you hitting? It hits. Just tell me which one.
Your pinky.
This guy.
Okay. I haven't been paying attention to who's who. I can't keep track of
No
it.
worries. No worries.
6 damage.
6 damage?
It's radiant, but yeah.
Ooh, he is hurt.
And
all right,
back to T-posing, please.
Alrighty. That brings us to this guy's turn, who's going to swing on Fantasy, who's right in front of him.
Right.
Alrighty. 2 longsword attacks. So that is a dirty 20 and a 16.
The 20 hit. The 16
Both
does
of them
not.
hit?
Nope.
All
The
right,
16 does
so-
not.
Perfect. So the one that hits... just checking. 18 damage.
All right.
Alrighty, and that's his turn. And now it's the other guy's turn, who's going to swing on Draxus again. Alright, that is a 11. Right? Yes. Or no. A 10 and a 17.
Both miss.
Alrighty. And that's going to bring us around to...
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Ivy.
Okay,
Perched up on next to the T-posing Starboy.
I
ignoring,
shout out to take out the other one.
take out the other one? Okay. I was about to say, I was just about to yell out which one you wanted me to take out, so I'm going to aim at the one that was not trying to hit Drax, and attempt to hit him with my longbow again.
Alright, roll to attack.
Alright. That is a 3. That does not hit.
No, it does not.
Nope.
Unfortunate.
Very. And that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. And that brings us to Graham.
I am gonna hit the one to, yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. And
Alright,
I'm going to bite to start with, and we'll see if this kills him.
Okay.
21.
21 does hit.
And 14 points of damage.
Alrighty, he is still standing.
Okay. Constrict.
Alright. Roll to constrict.
19 to hit.
That does it.
And 18 points of damage.
Oh. Yeah, he is visibly hurting.
Oof.
And that ends my turn.
Alrighty. Draxus, it is your turn.
Alright, now that I'm raging and have this guy hexbladed, I'm gonna recklessly attack for my first attack with my battle axe. So that
Okay,
I believe
so
that
you have
gives me
advantage on the attack.
Yep. And I crit on a 19 or a 20.
Yep.
Oh, natural 20.
Very nice.
Woo!
So double your dice.
Uh-huh.
So you roll twice the dice plus you. No, you don't get brutal critical until level 9.
But
So-
I do have something as a racial trait, right? Savage attacks, critical rolls, roll one of the dice an additional time, and add it to the extra damage on a critical hit. I think we all
Okay,
have that.
so essentially roll 3 damage dice.
Yep. Alright.
Plus your rage plus your standard bonus.
Plus the hexblade.
Yeah.
So 8 plus 4, so 12. Plus 6, so 18. Plus 5, that's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then the natural bonus on top of that.
We'll just call it. How do you want to do this?
So, hold on, 23, so that's
All of this damage.
28, 29. 30 points of damage.
Nicely done, sir. How do you want to do this?
I'm going to, I'll catch his weapon on my shield after his last attack and just bring the battle axe over my head and down through his shoulder and just splintering right through his shoulder and collarbones, right in just wedging the axe into his sternum.
Just
Yeah.
And as you do so, he just starts to bubble up blood out of his mouth, and an Orcish says, "Respect," and then is just limp, hanging from your axe until you give it a little shake and he falls off. All right.
My second attack.
Yeah, and you can attack and move if you'd like.
Turn my vision to the other one and go just make a straight attack. I don't get the advantage this time.
Yep, go ahead and roll your attack.
18 plus.
That just hits.
18 plus 7.
Oh yeah, then that definitely hits.
And so this time just a 1d8 plus 4. 7, so 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage.
11 damage. How do you want to do this? He had 10 HP left.
Oh, amazing! As I run over, I take the battle axe in my hand and I kind of drop it down so that my hand is right by the base of the blade, and I just boom right into his face with the blunt end of the axe.
You just bash his face in, and he collapses. Nicely done, guys. So, if it's okay with you guys, we can continue after a short break. We'll come back into this now.
Do we want to squeeze in a short rest?
You guys can take an hour rest if you'd like. So Okay, short rest. Anybody that's rolling hit die or using potions or anything like that, go ahead and do your short rest.
D&D Beyond short rest ability.
I love D&D Beyond so much.
I
Like,
can't.
it's got its annoyances, but it's got some niceness too.
I can't wait to start using the dice.
The digital dice.
Oh yeah.
I'll
They're-
never-
Especially because they're already saying that there's different styles, man. I'm a dice goblin
Oh.
physically. Now you're going to make
So
me be
for-
a digital
yeah.
dice
they're
goblin.
gonna,
So
you know
far,
they're
there's
gonna
only
do
3.
microtransactions.
There's only the 3 right now,
Yeah.
but just wait until they
I
open it
know.
up for people to make their own styles.
Oh.
I
I'll
mean,
start making some.
Alrighty. So, you guys take your short rest. Your hog makes its... Before Spider Climb ends, Graham, you call your hog down from where it's been just standing on the roof this whole time.
I mean, to be fair, I told it to charge, and then I guess you didn't hear me, so...
No, it looked at the roof, and I even had it roll an intelligence, and it didn't understand that it could climb down. It's like, I'm not jumping. You fucking crazy?
Did it climb up when I ran it up the wall?
It rolled a 1, dude. It didn't know how it got there.
Like a cow with stairs. I don't know how I got up here, but I ain't going down.
All I know
But no,
imagine is just this hog watching the battle every occasionally just going.
So I will point out the fact that was less than 30 seconds in game that you guys took out 9 enemies, 2 of which were Blades of Ilnivel.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys start to move into town now, checking buildings as you go. You don't find any survivors. At one spot, you do find what appears to be some torn dresses and blood. When your ranger looks, there are footprints leading away from the area, both orc and human. And as you move further through the town, you eventually reach the bonfire, which appears to have been just... They were ripping boards off of houses, all sorts of stuff, and it is a huge bonfire. Standing in front of the bonfire is an enormous orc with bone protruding spikes coming out of its arms, shoulders, and head, holding an enormous orcish greatsword. And it's just staring at you as you come into this clearing. To if you're looking at the map, the left side where there's that opening of the big building, that's where the bonfire is, as you guys are riding into this.
If he's already staring at us, Orion's just gonna go. Have you seen some cabbage carts? Anywhere. It'd help.
Alrighty. So, he's just staring at you guys. I will give you a few rounds to do whatever you want to do before we go into initiative. So, if anybody feels like trying to talk a Tanaruk down...
I mean, my charisma's high, but I really don't like him, so...
is there anywhere I can hide real fast?
Is there any chance I could convince him to kill himself? No.
I don't think you could.
Do us a favor.
There are 2. There's the big inn, and there is a smaller building. There are a smaller pair of buildings. To the inn, you are parallel to it. The buildings are over here to your left. Around this bonfire, there is crates that have been... They look like they were thrown out of a merchant's wagon. And just barrels, little logs where people have sat. This looks like an actually commonly used fire pit that has now just been very much overloaded. So there is debris and objects around that could be hidden behind.
Try to hide behind one of the carts close to him. If I can.
So there are no carts. There are
the barrel
crates.
That's what I meant. I was like, crates. That's what I
Oh,
meant.
we lost Ivy. There's Ivy. Okay, go ahead and roll stealth to hide.
Oh.
Graham, Draxus, are you guys back on your hogs, or did you leave them behind you?
That's a 14.
I didn't
think it
leave it
just-
behind, but I was like walking next to it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd have
The
brought it.
moment it saw the Tanaruk, it has stopped. Like,
That's
pulling on the reins, it is not moving.
I've never, player and character has never experienced one of these. How big is it? Normal,
Tanaruks
large?
are only about, they're about the same size as a normal orc, about 6-ish feet. A Tanaruk is an orc. It's essentially an orc tiefling. It is a part demonic or devilish orc.
I see.
Close is he to the fire?
Yeah, that.
I think I know where
Oh,
that's going.
lovely.
Oh,
Yeah,
close
page
is...
186 in Volos.
The moment I see that, I cast Eldritch Blast after everybody else is done doing stuff.
And
Okay.
how
Can I say
close is he
a
to the
minute?
fire? Oh,
He's standing about 10 feet in front of the fire.
damn. Okay.
I mean, I'm preparing a spell, so if somebody attacks him, I will cast my spell.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Fantasy, what are you doing?
Can I just like spend 1 minute observing him and knowing your enemy? The what is that called? Oh,
It's know thy enemy.
yes. And can I know his armor class and his current HP?
You'd know if
Okay,
they are superior to you or not.
Okay. How does that... Somebody who knows that ability, because I've never heard of it before, please explain. Is it you actually have to take a full minute,
Yeah, you have
or
to,
is it just an action?
you have to take a full minute observing a thing, and then you can request the DM tell you that compared to your own stats, is it equivalent, superior, or weaker based on what the player has requested. So in this case, you said AC and hit points. So you would say the AC is either superior, equivalent, or worse.
Okay, and I will say that you guys are essentially in a... I'll roll for it. Roll me some percentile. Okay, yeah, I'll give you guys a full minute. It's kind of like standoff as Layla slinks away. So yeah, you do have that. What is your AC and hit points?
AC is 17 and my hit points are 81.
AC, it is weaker than you. Hit points, it is stronger than you.
Okay.
And that leaves Ivy. What are you doing for this short little pre-battle interlude?
I guess I'm going to find a good vantage point where I can be a decent distance away where I can ready my bow.
Okay. So you have a 1-story building over to your left. You also have the 3-story inn to your right. You can, I would say it's going to take your action and movement on a full round to try and climb the 3-story building. Because it is about 30 feet
I
up.
just want to do the 1-story building.
Okay, so that one, roll an athletics check just to see if you can make the climb, but otherwise it's not going to take anything extra.
That is a 19.
Okay, you make it up there. Windy, you were doing something?
Yeah, I'm gonna blow him away. Blow him away. I should phrase that better.
Well.
Okay, are you casting a
Shop, this has
spell?
been fun. I'm out.
This is not D&D gay porn, dude. Come on.
I don't know what I
we're
signed up
ready.
for, but I'm gonna leave.
I'd like...
Sorry, I didn't notice you were taking a drink, Alexis. Also, I'm really glad your kids aren't in the
We
room.
all live for sweet takes.
I'd like to cast Gust of Wind directly at him to try to push him into the fire.
Okay.
Just when everyone's ready. Whenever we're ready to
everybody's
go.
in position. We will do this way. Draxus and Wendy, since you guys are both trying to do stuff to start it off,
yeah.
Who has a higher dexterity? So what's your dex stat? Not modifier, stat.
Mine's a 14.
14.
Roll.
He rolls.
Straight 20.
Hey, you know what I would say? you want, I'm cool with just flavoring it and not doing damage at all, and just assisting with the pushing into the fire.
Oh no, you guys will both be able to cast your thing. I'm just doing this to figure out who's doing what first. Because one of you will go, then the other one, and then Graham will have his turn.
Also a 1.
Nice.
Does this make us brothers?
Yes.
Graham, would you please roll a d4? Wendy is evens, Draxus is odds.
Wendy and I go skipping into the distance, happily now brothers.
Odds. Draxus, you get to go first. Roll your attack.
These are terrible. The first one is a 15 to hit. The second one is a 9 to hit.
Misses. So 1 hits.
Oh, also terrible. 2 plus 2, 4 damage.
2 plus 2. Okay, so 4 damage. Let me just get a note.
Bonus action, Hexblade's Curse.
Well, this is just a surprise round, so you only get the 1 action.
Got it.
On your actual turn, you can use a bonus action. So give me 1 second.
All right,
That was
we only get
4 damage.
4.
All right. Wendy, what do I need to do for your gust of wind?
So, gust of wind says a line of strong wind, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. Each creature starts its turn in the line must succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line. Essentially, I'm trying to push him into the fire.
Okay.
So just...
And he's... Okay. 11, I don't think succeeds.
Sorry.
So you...
15 is the DC.
Yeah. So how far are you pushing him?
Into the fire. If 15 says the spell, but I want to into the fire.
He's only 10 feet away, so yeah, you push him right into the middle of the fire. I'm trying to remember burning rules. Draxus, off the top of your head, burning rules?
Google it.
To Google it!
I was going to say, I don't think it'll set fire. It'll probably
Oh.
just do some fire damage.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to remember is what the
Being
the
on
fire
fire.
damage is.
I
Graham.
believe, I'm probably wrong, but I believe the way that it's done is he takes the damage as soon as he goes in, and then if he starts his turn in it, he takes more damage.
Yeah,
I
if
think
I recall correctly. I'm just trying to remember how much it is,
Right.
because I know it's like a
So-
set dice number, kind of like falling.
I'm here
While he's
to complicate the game.
There
While-
isn't an explicit rule for it. It's left to the DM to improvise. The DMG on page 249 gives some guidelines on improvising damage. It suggests that
Okay.
falling into a fire pit might cause 2d10 damage.
Okay, we'll go with 2d10 then. All right.
It means a level 1 that trips and falls into a campfire could die.
I mean, that is technically accurate to like how strong a level 1 is. So that's
And campfires hurt.
that's another 4 damage.
Aw.
I mean, I have the bonfire cantrip. I was gonna light him on fire if he didn't succeed, but
I mean, in all honesty, guys, if he stays in there, I can just wind wall complete around it. Maybe keep him in there.
Oh.
Yeah. I got some cold damage. Let's use the elements, am I right, my druid brethren?
it's exactly
Okay.
what we're doing.
Well, unless anybody else had anything they wanted to do for the surprise round.
Yeah,
Just
no,
as a point of order, there's also rules for oil that says it's 5 damage, and if they stay in the fire, it's an additional fire damage on the next turn. That's probably closer to what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'll do 2d10 because of the gust of wind launching him in, and then from there, we will do 1d10 if he's in the fire after that.
So my prepared spell, because I said I was gonna take a surprise action with the prepared spell as soon as everybody started combat. I am gonna cast Lightning Bolt at 4th level.
Okay.
He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity
Is-
saving. Got it.
On
Say again?
Is he at any kind of disadvantage being like prone and in fire or whatever?
I would say he is at disadvantage from being prone and on fire, but he has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects, so we'll call it a straight roll.
Okay.
And that's a natural 20.
Okay, so he's going to take half damage.
Yup. It was like the most limp-wristed roll. I'm like, it's not going to succeed. Oh! Alrighty.
He's going to take half of 34.
Half of 34, so that's 17 damage. Alrighty. Anybody else got something, or shall we roll initiative? Okay. Roll initiative for me. I'm just going to use that natural 20 dice again. And of course it rolls low.
Oh.
Of course.
As is the nature of the
Okay.
game. You know, for having a neg-1 to my initiative, I keep rolling really well.
20 to 25.
No, not that well.
15 to 20.
I got 19.
16.
Okay. 10 to 15.
I got a 13.
10.
Ivy with the 13.
Yep.
Draxus with the 10. 5 to 10.
6.
Nice.
Okay. So Layla with a 6. Wendy, what did you get? 4?
Oh.
Alrighty. So we will start the round with Graham.
Okay. All right, so I'm not moving. I'm not planning to move. I am
Okay.
going to cast the Lightning Bolt at its base level, which is the 3rd level spell. And
That's
he
just
needs
a
to make,
ranged attack, isn't it? Or do I need to do the...
he needs to
dex
make the dexterity again, yeah.
Alrighty. So, that's a 9. I don't think it is 6 aids.
He'll
So
take the-
roll your damage.
Oh. 18. Do I have anything I add to that? No. 19 points of damage on the first attack.
19. Alrighty.
And then I would like to use for my second attack, I'd like to cast a cantrip, bonfire.
Okay. So you're just flaring the flames around him.
It also causes him to take an additional 1d8 fire damage.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 5 points of damage this time.
Okay.
And I would like to wild shape into a saber-toothed tiger. And that will end my turn.
Alrighty. And that's going to take us to fantasy.
Right. I can't get super close to him, can I?
You can run up to the fire. He is inside of it. It is about
Yeah.
15 feet across.
Nope.
So you could, if you have something that has reach, you could hit him, or you can step into the fire.
Use my crossbow and hope to God it works.
All right, shooting him with a crossbow.
The first one is 9. The second one is whatever 18 plus 7 is.
That one hits. The other one doesn't.
25.
25, all right.
Wendy with that math game.
I play cribbage.
And the damage is 7.
All right, 7 damage. Okay.
I'm doing.
Thought this was going to be a difficult fight for you guys. Ivy, you're next.
Okay.
It is lying in the flames of the bonfire and not looking great. Oh, I'm sorry. You should have rolled those at disadvantage. Because he's prone. So roll the one that hit. Roll an extra d20 to see if it would have still hit.
4 + 7.
Yeah, so that wouldn't have hit. You missed.
Yay.
He's still not looking good. I mean, he's laying in fire. So, Ivy, your turn.
Okay, so am I rolling with disadvantage to hit them?
Yeah, on a prone target, ranged attacks have disadvantage, if I recall correctly. Any other DMs, which is, again, all of us.
Yeah, right.
Correct. When DMs all play together, we just kind of DM as one.
Right.
It is nice though.
That's
Yeah,
why I
it
always
is.
DM to you. If there's other DMs at the party, I always ask, am I doing this right? Like,
Oh, hell yeah.
all the time. Okay.
Especially when you have experienced guys like Draxus and Graham.
Oh, all the time. Like, this is why I'm rolling with disadvantage.
Here in like 5 years.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to. First, I want to cast because I have it. I want to cast Hunter's Mark. As a bonus action first. It'll add 1d6 to if I hit.
And you know his location for up to an hour.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I was suggesting maybe using that last time.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted to save it. All right, and that's a 17 and that's an 18. So, do I hit?
The 18 hits. Yeah.
Okay, does a 17? Because I rolled with both with disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
What was
they
the
both hit.
Okay. All right. That's why I had to make sure here. All right, so 1d8. Where's my d8? All right, so I need to roll a d8. 1 and that's 7 damage in total.
Okay. I feel like we were just here.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, Fancy. Okay, anything else on your turn?
Nope, I'm gonna end it there.
Draxus.
It is still prone in the fire.
Yep, it hasn't been its turn, so it can't stand up yet.
We're just bullying at this rate.
Yeah, you are.
We're a party of bullies.
A little bit.
And it's a 15-foot bonfire.
Yeah, it is a 15-foot diameter bonfire. It is huge.
Man, if I had taken Ensnare, I could have held it against the ground inside the bonfire.
You guys already have taken half its health. Just be nice.
On that note,
Not even
I
kidding.
charge the bonfire, jump into the middle of it, and attempt to land on its back. Or chest, or whatever it's doing.
You're going to jump it. Okay, go for it. We will call this an acrobatics roll to make the jump. And then if you make the jump, you can make the attack roll, which we'll just call an unarmed attack.
Scruff, the fire jumper.
Oh, that's a 1.
So, sir, you're going to fall in the bonfire.
Nice. Okay.
Prone.
Okay. Am I near him?
Recall, you're next to him.
Perfect.
You're in melee to him. In the bonfire, which, if you recall, we agreed was 2d10. That's maximum damage. 10. Or no, 10 damage, not max. It's 2 5s, not 2 10s. I do math.
That's difficult.
10 damage. And you are not raging, so that's a full damage to you.
My additional bonfire is only a 5-foot square, so it only affects the.
Yeah, it's only him. Can't hear you.
Oh, wrong button. I'm going to go ahead and do Hexblade's Curse while I'm laying there on him.
You're just like Fuck you.
And then I'm not even going to stand up. I'm just going to kind of like UFC wriggle into position and attempt to grapple him on the ground in the fire.
So the acrobatics jump used your action.
Oh,
your
did
Hex
it?
Blade
Okay.
first,
Wait, you didn't
that
do
would've-
jump as a movement?
No, I was using it as jump and then attack as one action.
Oh, okay. Then I guess my action's gone. Then all I have is my bonus action, which I just used. I'm just laying in the fire. I'm good with that.
Apologies.
No, it's all good.
I should have said that. Alrighty, so that's going to bring us to Layla.
So,
What
first
are
of
you
all,
going to do to bully my Tannerook?
since I can use it once and I saved it, I'm gonna Hunter's Mark him too.
Nice.
Get myself a D6. And I know I have disadvantage to try to shoot at him with my short bow, don't I?
Yep.
Be nice to me. So that's a 16 plus 6 to hit. Does that hit?
That's 22. That hits.
So, do I get sneak attack off this?
He is prone, so you... Actually, no, you have disadvantage, so you wouldn't get sneak attack.
Ah, shit. Oh, I got excited. Either way, I still have Hunter's Mark on him.
Because technically, Draxus is not, he's in
Damn!
melee, but he's not distracting him. Because he's
You
also on
mean
fire!
me laying in the fire is not a threat to him?
That's such a
So-
power move.
Oh my god, this
I
one shot
mean-
is slowly making
Good
me
as
want to make,
dominant
content.
there.
We
Like,
really
this
should
flex
try and
is
pull
okay.
the clam, but with
Oh
snakes
my-
and bonfires.
So I rolled max damage
Weird-
on my
okay.
bow plus Hunter's Mark. That's 10 points of damage.
Could we get like Spider Pig
Yep.
and
I wish I had
what is it,
sneak attack
wrestling
because that would have been a
snake
lot
training?
more, and that would have been a lot of fun.
Okay,
Yeah, 10 points of damage.
so the Tannerook is going to stand up on its turn, and yes, I rolled so low he got a 5 on the same dice that 2 seconds before I'd rolled that 20.
Oh.
And well, there's somebody right now next to him.
Yes.
So
I look up at him
Before
and
he-
bare my teeth.
you're gonna like this.
Uh-oh.
So he's going to attack you with his great sword first, and he has advantage because you're prone. Yeah. How's a 21 feel?
A 21 would feel terrible if I didn't have shield. I cast shield as a reaction.
Okay, so his great sword attack misses. He swings, and he's like still kind of, his muscles are clenched from the burning, so his sword just lands next to your head, and he growls and leans down and bites you. Not even kidding. Tannerooks have 2 attacks: their great sword and their bite attack.
Harder!
That rolled out of my tray. All right, and it's still with advantage. $11.
How's that shield thing?
I rolled no. He had advantage. I rolled a nat 1 and a 4. You're a bad dice.
He has a +7.
That's the D.
Yeah, he
that is Grummish rewarding my jumping into a fire.
And it's Wendy's turn. Oh, actually, sorry. He's going to use his bonus action to
Get out of the
see.
fire?
Well, he still has his movement, so he's going to move his full speed out of the fire towards you guys.
Oh, does he have
Which
more than
means you
15
have-
feet of movement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And
Even
he's
after-
out of the fire.
Even after standing?
you-
Damn.
Well, he's going to move out of the fire, which is 15. You do get
Does-
your disadvantage reaction attack.
Oh, I didn't think I'd get that. All right, I'll take it.
He's moving out of your melee
just
range.
so you know, any creature in line must spend 2 feet for every 1 foot movement. So its movement is half, moving towards me
Okay.
to get out of the
So
fire.
he's moving the... Oh, no, he's not out of the fire then. Oh, and I still need to roll the damage for him having been in the fire at the beginning of his turn.
Okay, thank God.
That's another 5 damage.
Roasty boy.
You
Give
just
me
roasted.
one moment. I'm looking something up.
Oh no.
Um,
It's another D8 from my bonfire as well. Sorry.
It's another 5 damage.
This is great.
No, when we're done, I'm going to read out the damage list to you guys, because I do it as his current HP minus the damage equals current HP minus the damage
A while
equals.
back, I made a video on TikTok talking about expanding boss fights. I think I might need to remake that one for you, my
No,
friend.
I saw that, and I was going to do that, but because we're short on time, I've cut down on this.
Fair enough.
This
Okay.
was when we're done, I'll tell you guys. Actually, so this whole time I planned out this one shot, right? And I was like, oh man, I want some other DMs to read this. Oh, I'll send it to like Windy and Graham and Draxus. Wait. So I sent it to Dono and Govnar, and they both liked it. So I'll send this to you guys.
Yeah.
And you can see the potential clusterfuck you were looking at.
Oh,
This was a lot harder
I need
So,
to run this over in my Discord to see how it goes.
Oh no, I want this is totally, you could rerun it.
I'm going to, and I'm going to tell you how it goes.
What'd you
with
roll,
some-
Draxus?
I haven't rolled yet. I want to ask you a question. Will you allow me to make a grapple attempt instead of a melee attack? Would you consider a grapple
Because
attempt
it's
a melee
interesting, I'm going to allow it because rule of cool.
attack? Okay, I'm not
Give his
raging, so
ankles.
I don't have advantage on strength. 'Cause I'm not raging. So I'm gonna like flail for his leg as he tries to leave.
trip
So
him.
it's competing strength rolls, if I recall, right?
Yeah. So it's a +4. Oh, so low. It's 10. 10 total.
He rolled a natural 10 plus 4.
Ah.
Ah.
That's my
and he-
opportunity attack then.
He is going to use his bonus action to run to the closest enemy that is not in the fire, which is his full movement, which will half because of Windy's Gust.
And he's still in the fire doing that, yeah?
So he's in the fire. He's taken the damage from this turn.
Yeah.
Now he's moving against your Gust because he has, as a bonus action, he's aggressive, which means as a bonus action, the Tannerite can move up to its speed towards a hostile creature that can see it. So
Shit.
he's moving towards Layla. No, you climbed a building, Layla, didn't you?
No. I've been
No, I
behind
didn't.
a
Yeah, so
crate.
he's running at Layla. He's only making 15 feet. You're about 25 feet away, so he is not to you.
Okay.
But he's no longer in the fire.
I'm out in the open and I hit him with lightning. Would I not be the...
He's running to the people closest. You guys are all kind of still
I
grouped up.
didn't hide.
So it's really like Layla's there, but you're next to her. And so's Fantasy. And Windy.
So
So this big fucker just took all of this damage, stood up, tried to stab and bite your friend, who jumped in a fire pit, and is now walking against wind towards you, growling in Orcish about how he's going to use your skulls for indecent activities.
Only if you
Oh.
promise. It's my turn, right?
It is now Windy's turn.
I storm.
Roll it.
No,
What are
you roll
rolling?
it. Dexterity saving throw, please.
no, you.
And he has advantage.
No, you.
No,
reverse card.
you.
Uno reverse card.
All right, dexterity saving throw. That is a 13, which I believe fails.
Fails. Sorry, it's 15. Please have him. Do you want me to roll or do you want to roll? I kind of want to
Roll
roll.
your damage.
Thank
Roll
you.
your damage.
Thank you. Okay, I need to roll a d8 2 times because I don't have the max.
Bullying it.
9, 15,
Graham
20,
just
27 points
Chair.
of damage, please.
He's dead.
One round of comment.
Never hit any of you.
He's starting getting close.
Oh my god.
Hey, we can-
Windy, describe the Tanneruk's death.
As he's running like towards like us in our general direction against the storm, just oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, picks up dirt for the material casting of the spell, spits on it, throws it towards, and quickly it like swirls and becomes this like raging hail of like various ice and rocks and boulders that just bash amongst this guy. almost to stagger him a little bit, pushing him towards the fire, trying to focus a little bit more on the cold of this attack so that maybe it can die out the fire of my friend who's in there, but then just get him away.
All right.
Oh, Shab, you look so defeated.
Oh no, this is like I wish I could run you guys through the full fight. This is like let me wrap this up and then I'll tell you guys. Okay, so as the Tanaruk falls and you guys pull Draxus out of the fire.
No. I get up and walk out.
Would you like a potion of healing? We have several.
At worst, I'm still at like 65 hit points. I'm okay.
Here, have a greater
Well, I
potion.
thought this was going to be like, okay. You guys get out of the fire. As you're looking around,
Are the druids the only ones who never got hit?
I didn't get touched.
I didn't get hit.
Okay.
I
druids
technically
and the
didn't get hit.
sneakies. I mean, you got hit quite a bit.
Oh, in the last fight, yeah.
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 I didn't get touched.
Okay, you guys are looking
Right.
around, and you're seeing what you can identify as orc footprints mixed with human footprints. The human footprints appear to be in lines, leading to what you see to be wagon tracks. Best you can gather, it appears that the orcs loaded everything and everyone that they were taking back to their land with them into the merchants' wagons, considering a lot of the materials that are on the ground came from those wagons. I'm so annoyed.
I was gonna burn those
But
wagons.
it appears, as you guys do another pass through of the village, it appears that though some buildings were lost and a lot of objects, there's a number of dead villagers, but there does not appear to be any orcs left. You guys ride back after retrieving your hogs to Cinderhold. The chief greets you once he wakes up in the morning, congratulates you on your work. He's a little disappointed that you didn't kill the supposed war chief that was there and that stuff was stolen. But each of you in your monthly pay are getting a bonus of 300 gold pieces and an extra ration an extra ale ration for the next 2 weeks.
Hey,
So you guys completed.
sweet.
Yeah, so that's the Iron Tusk Riders one shot. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Woo!
Please
Thank you
go
for running
through, say where people can find you. Yeah. Fantasy, you can start since yours is the shortest one.
Okay. Fantasy. One day I'll have something out. One day soon. I don't know.
Graham, go ahead and go next.
Sure. I'm Graham Johnson. You guys can find me on Graham Johnson TTG on TikTok, or you can look up my business name, Tabletop Glory, and you can find my YouTube channel that way.
And I know the shop is currently shut down. Are you guys...
So, and I don't mind talking about this, but I'll make it quick. We had a pretty significant chunk of employee theft right before COVID hit, and COVID is actually going to kill my store. So, right now everything is on like 60% off sale.
That's what I was going to ask about. Is I know the physical store is shut down, but I know you guys have online sales.
The thing that would have saved us is if the distributors had stayed open, but the distributors shut down almost a month before we were forced to shut down as a hobby store. So we didn't have any inventory stock for almost 3 months before we shut down.
Okay.
So
unfortunately.
Yeah. Unfortunately, at this point, that's probably going to close. It'll turn into a commission studio, and if YouTube does well enough at some point in the future, I'll use that money to invest in reopening the store. But for now, it's probably going to close.
In the meantime, Graham does do I believe it's miniature painting and like 40K army painting commissions. Really awesome stuff. So if you guys are into that or you're wanting to get anything painted, highly recommend get a hold of him and give him some commission work, because obviously he doesn't have enough projects behind him.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like I'm physically disabled and I can't find a job, but I'm not disabled enough for disability. So between YouTube and commissions, that's really my only income. My current job kind of pays my bills, and that's it.
Yeah, so definitely, guys, Graham's a great dude, great work. So if you can, right now it's not easy on a lot of people, but if you can, go give him some support. At the very least, go over to his TikTok, go over to his Instagram, and give him some love. Draxus, if you would.
Well, I guess my first question would be, Graham, is there a website for viewing the remaining inventory?
That's actually what
I just pulled it up.
Sometimes the server's down. The server's out of Miami right now. We may end up having to move the server that the website's hosted on, so sometimes it's down. But Tabletop Glory, we have almost everything in there. So like, if the bottle's all scraped up and you want this really specific color and you type in the barcode number, our website will pull it up if we have it. Like, you can literally search for anything in our website. We'll find it if we have it.
Got it. And I guess this next thing I would say is, Shop, thank you for putting this together. This was when you messaged.
My pleasure.
When you messaged me, my first response was, "As forever DM, yes, I don't care what the setting is, just get me in."
you were like, I think the same day I messaged you, which was 2 weeks before that we did this.
I was ready.
You're like messaging me like, "Hey, can I do this with a character? Can I do this with a character?" And I'm like, you got some time to plan, and you're like, "I know, but I never get to play."
So thank you. This was a lot of fun. Appreciate it. You can find all of my stuff at intothedungeon.net or inthedungeon.com. I guess we're transitioning to. We do live streams, usually in-person games, but COVID has kind of knocked that out for a bit. And you can find me on TikTok at Draxus Clay. So, thank you again.
Layla.
Oh, hello, that's me. I am Layla, but
I was just scrolling through Graham's
I literally pulling up so many dice. I'm like, I want dice today. I am Layla Everlove. That is my social handle on everything on TikTok and Instagram. I do cosplay for the most part, but I am actually planning my first one shot here soon. So soon to be DM. But yeah.
Sweet.
And Shop, this was really amazing, honestly.
It was really fun.
It was.
Wunderbar. All right, and I know, Windy, you have to jump off pretty quick, so go ahead and do you.
I'm Windiest Tale, and again, I'm on TikTok, Instagram. Probably going to be setting up an Etsy store soon. Shop again. Thank you very much. It's been too damn long since I've been on the ANI server, so.
Yep, pleasure to have you
back here,
and we'll definitely have you guys all back for more. And Ivy, last but not least.
Yeah, I am Gamer the Girl on TikTok and Instagram, and I also have a Discord. We're about to hit 1,600 people, probably like within the next 2 days.
Oh, sweet.
So, I'm Gamer the Girl at TikTok and on Instagram, and thank you for hosting this. This was great, and congratulations on the 1 year anniversary again.
Yep, and we will have both Graham's store site, so that any remaining inventory can be snapped up by people who are dice goblins, and Ivy's Discord and Draxus's stream site, all linked down below in the doobly-doo. Thank you guys so much for joining. I am, of course, Shop Goblin. You can find me as ShopGoblin_ on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and here on Twitch, though honestly I don't do much outside of the ANI Twitch. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for a wonderful first year of doing these Twitch streams, doing YouTube and podcasts. And with that, I will steal Dono's saying, until next time, roll for initiative.